Hello. I'm hoping we finally got it because that was painful. That was very painful. Okay. Now let me get Heather in here. Maybe we can start. Boom. There we go. What about that? Hmm. Everything comes with a little practice. Oh. No, microphone is good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hello, and 2400. How are you? I should get a piece of paper, shouldn't I? And a pen.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Okay,
Awesome. You
I'll be
subscribed. We
I'll be
appreciate
right back. You say hello.
you.
I'll be right back.
Hey. Oh, man. Anybody else having some whack issues with technology today? It's almost crazy. Like the amount of problems I've had in the last hour alone just with technology is insane. I don't even know what to say about it, but welcome in. I'm Heather. Miriam's working on our live feed. It's still acting weird, but she's working on something for it. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. I am. It's finally cooling off quite a bit. Yesterday it was nice, but today it is darn right cold. We are here to read some tarot today. So, anybody has tarot questions, she's grabbing pen and paper to take down some names until we get maybe a mod that hops in. So yeah, if you have a question, let me just lay it out here for y'all. Here's how it works. So you basically just say that you have a question, and we'll put your name on the list. When it's your turn, we'll call your name, and you have to be present in order for us to read for you. Say, yes, I'm here, and here's my question. That way we don't have to go dig through the chat, because when the chat gets busier, it's a little hard to keep up. So work with us and we'll work with you. If somebody comes in and does a donation by hitting the dollar sign right by the chat place, if you do a donation, your question gets moved right to the top. So even if we have a list of people, we will move you to the top. We'll go as long as we can, but hopefully we'll be around for about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that for you guys here today. So I do thank you for all the subscribes. I see And 2400 said they done subscribed. And yeah, I'm just taking a look at the chat here. Hi, Robert. Good afternoon.
And says, glasses.
Do a reading about aliens.
Roberto.
About what?
Good afternoon. What do
Can
you
hear me?
you read?
Can you hear me, or is there a lag?
Oh yeah. I hear you good.
You just started talking in the middle of me talking, but okay. So Roberto, I didn't hear what you said about Roberto.
Oh, I was just saying the name.
What is 2026 looking like for me? I felt stuck in 2025. Yeah, a lot of us felt stuck in 2025. Or we had the rug ripped out from underneath of us and didn't have a choice but to move along.
I will say this, my friends. If you have Pluto naturally over the fourth house, in the fourth house, or Scorpio over the fourth house, the past year has taught me something about that, where you're always packing up and moving your house. Because Pluto in the fourth, Scorpio over the fourth will do that.
So will Uranus.
Uranus. Just, I have feelings. Who's first?
Well, so it looks like Roberto. You got Roberto and then Anne. I'll grab Anne. Do you want to give me a first? Do you want to give me a first name so I can call in for you when I'm doing my cards, please? I'm trying to align my screens right so that I can have everything the way that I need it. There we go.
Okay. Oh, man, that hurt so bad. Okay.
Thanks, Angelica. Hey, hun. Appreciate you subbing. All right. Well, it's just you two first. So we had several attempts to try to get in here today. Have you guys? I think I've seen Roberto before, but Angelica's new here, it looks like.
We do this on Sunday afternoons. If you want to join us to do this. I do think, though, we may be going live more often through the holidays. And happy Hanukkah to anyone who is celebrating. Today is the first day of Hanukkah, which is nice.
Yeah, I'll see my Luna back there. There's such a lag.
Oh, thank you, Angela.
Thank you. All right.
26.
Well, I already called Angelica, hun. So, Angela, you'll be next on the list after Roberto. We're going to do our first two, and then we'll grab you, babe. Thanks for the donation. You're next in line. So just be ready to throw us your question. Life's pretty big, so think specifically before we get to you. What specific part of life are you curious about, okay? Angelica, I'm feeling you coming in. I'm going to go ahead and read for you. Let me double check your question. I think you're muted, Miriam.
Oh, am I?
No, I hear you now. I know why. Because I can see you real time on Zoom, but you're lagged on YouTube.
On the other, yeah.
There we go. I got him lined up.
If you're ready. If not, I've got Roberto.
Oh, I'm ready for Angelica, and then after that's Angela, who gave us a donation, and Jerry. Hey, babe, good to see you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Angelica wants to know any important message I should hear. Should I build my room since I've been saving a bit for it? I think I can still earn money to make the construction of my room better now, or do I wait? Great question. What's your sign, Angelica? Go ahead and move forward or wait. Sorry if you guys can hear me shuffling. I don't know how far away I can have the mic from me without you guys losing the audio. Hey, Aquarius. I love me some Aquarius. Angelica, I have an Aquarius moon. Ooh, it's probably why I feel such electric zings with you. I'm feeling it. My crown is tingling. If you guys decide that, since these are mini readings, if you decide you want to book a personal reading with us, the description is in our channel notes as well as will be in the notes of this video. Definitely get to dig a whole lot deeper than what we can do here. Okay. Let's see what else we got for Angelica. Coming out very determined. You can see that with the King of Swords. Okay. That'll be enough, please. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I'm looking at this and I could give a definite answer right now, but there's a choice in here and I want to ask about the choice. So bear with me here.
I have yours whenever she's done. So I'm waiting on her.
And then you can go.
Oh, really? Go.
I'm still laying cards for her, hon. Go ahead.
Okay, Roberto. I literally laid out 12 cards to show me each of the houses in astrology. That's how I do it when I look at annual readings for all of 2026, so that it shows me kind of what I'm hearing the first quarter. So let's just stick with the first quarter. I did see that if you are working or if you have been working, there's not enough money coming in for the support that you've had to give to quite possibly, to me, this would be someone in your world who has not been doing very well. I'm kind of catching some other people too. Like if you have children, I'm picking up like a female who has children, and the love that you have can only go so far with what you can do. I'm also hearing time. Time can be stretched only so far. So you let me know in the comments if that fits for you. I do kind of, well, no, I don't kind of. This is what I've got. I've got you having a difficult time trying to absorb the impact of what you have been shown around perhaps stepping up in your world to be more of a strong support network for others. And of course, having to extend outside of yourself to be able to do this, you need more. You need more. Okay. You just need more. I'm also picking up a male who had a heart attack in the last 3 months, is what they're saying. I don't know if that's you. Okay. Well, this is pushing you to the brink, Roberto, right here, Nita. It's pushing you to the brink to kind of, it's sort of like, I can't handle all of it plus. And there's a limit here that is sitting in the back of your mind, like it would be a bad thing to tell this person no. Like it's against every rule that I was raised to believe, to tell this person no. However, when it comes to ability, like you and your ability to do this, it does show that the wisest course of action here is to do what you can, but no more. But you need to know where it stops. That's what I'm being told. You need to know where it stops. Like what your sister needs to do for her life, and then what you need to do for yours, and that moment is going to come for your sister. And you're kind of wondering here, what would your sister say to this if you actually stepped up? Because it's one of two things this next year. Either you're going to have to put the limit down and say, I can only do it to this point and I can't do it anymore because then I'm starving. Or you wonder right here if you need to start looking for another job, because to me, it's sort of like, I don't want to go outside of the job that I have because I'd be needing to make more money to do this thing. And I don't know if I can do it. The spiritual challenge for you for the next year is, I hate to say this to you, but this is going to be the spiritual challenge. And that is the Chariot card. And it's making the proper balance here between what you can hold on the reins while you keep driving, that you're burning gas, sure, but all four wheels are still on the car. And this dude is by himself. There is no other support. The sister that showed up here because she did, and she's in a bad way. She's in a bad way right there. The rejection here of having to cut family off. If you choose to try and get another job, you'd have to start way down at the bottom again. And the cards are showing that you're too close to the end there. And that was for you. I'm going to stop right there and let Heather go. I love you, girl. My heart is here. Go ahead, Heather.
Okay. I love you too. All right, Angelina, hun. So here's how it came out. Like, strong and stout. Got you coming out like with the King of Swords. That kind of energy ready to go. But I know you are still looking at your options. I'm going to say you're going to need to hold off just a little bit. Okay. The Two of Swords talks about discernment. It talks about taking the emotional away from it and actually thinking a little harder about the choices that you have. And what I think it's more like the what ifs if you were to start it now, like your question, or wait, because you do have maybe some more money that you could probably put into it. Here's how it came out. I know you got you have been saving up the money to put more into it. That's right there. But I got the Three of Wands in reverse next to that choice. And then it ends up like this. I got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and clarified by the Six of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of reverse wands. And so what I'm getting is that it's a possibility that if you move too fast, you'll be, there's going to be something that's going to change in your taste. And you wouldn't be so happy with it at the very end. I mean, granted, I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Also, if you move too fast, you're going to get somebody that's only about money and not necessarily patience, right? Like wasting your money. So if you were going to hire a contractor for any kind of construction, now if I do the timing, yours was pretty quick. I mean, everything, even the bottom of the deck was the Chariot card in reverse saying, wait. So I said, okay, let's do some timing. So I pulled out, there's how it fell out, some timing cards. It's worth the wait. I got patience. It's not time yet. And I said, when? 3 months from now. And the bottom of the deck on the timing says February. So that's what I've got for you, Angelina, hun. That's pretty specific. Like literally it says, do not go. But once you do go, it's like going to be a good thing. It's going to be painless, effortless. It's going to come along and it's going to do something good for your soul. It'll be worth the wait. Hope that helps, babe.
Okay, so Angela, thank you very much for the donations. And Jerry, hello, my friend. She gave a donation as well, which is very sweet.
Oh, she did. So, my face everywhere else, but
you got Ann 2400, right? And Angelica.
I can. Are you going to do Jerry?
Tell me which one you did last.
I just did Angelica. So I did Ann 2400, and
Okay,
then
I'm gonna do Angela F. Germastad because she sent a donation, and you've
okay.
got Jerry.
I see your question, Jerry. Will my sister's surprise party go well? January 3rd, 40th birthday. Are you talking to Spirit or are you oh, I forgot about the lag. I keep looking back up. Y'all, so there's like a 30-second to 1 minute lag on YouTube.
That's terrible.
Compared to Zoom. So I'm looking at her and she's not saying anything, but her mouth's going. Sorry, y'all. That's silly. Sure, Jerry, I got you, babe. And you got Angela's question, hun?
Yeah, she's an Aquarius. She's a sister friend.
I can't see how many people. I can't see how many people are in the chat. If we got anybody else new that rolled in, thank you, Jerry, for the donation. Appreciate you so very much. Anybody else comes into the room that has a question, just say you have a question, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. As you see, donations take priority. Okay.
All right, Angela, I'm pulling a card to represent you in the spread. So I'm looking for a really great Aquarius card, which would be really great. Let's see.
And you're welcome, Angelica.
Ooh, the star card. All right. Angela. As you guys can see, we're like, I want to say this method of using Zoom. We just figured it out. All right, show me Angela, please. Garrett wants to know.
Jerry's sister's 40th birthday party. Go.
Angela, this sounds really strange. The first thing I'm picking up is something like an eggplant or something that grew really big. And someone is saying, well, how big did it really grow? How big did it grow? That's the first question, because they're showing me a penny, 1 cent penny, and then they're showing me 1 month, a whole entire month, and then a penny. Show me, please, for Angela. What else do you have? How big? It's like they're singing it. Big. Did the whatever, how big did it grow? It's an analytical signature is what they're asking for, not an emotional one. It's analytical. There's also the color green, like Green Bay Packers. The green and the yellow. Show me for Angela. All right, so the cards are showing a dissatisfaction in a routine of some kind, of not being able to get further than just setting in something as like maintenance, getting in, trying to get it into gear. There's an emotional despair at choices and decisions that you have nothing to do with, but you are affected by it. So that's coming in here. This would be like poking someone, a relationship being left behind, taking a risk into a new future. If there has been a savings of some kind, this might be a question of either purchasing. This could be like getting into your own place. Yeah, taking a risk. The person you're with sees that you're resting and that you're repairing. You just don't like feeling like this, that everything is kind of still out from your control, still out from under your control. the work that is present and the purpose for what you're doing. I don't know. To me, it would sound a lot like if you had total control.
What's the fight going to be about? What's the bickering? What's that? Ooh. Hmm.
Did you know, Heather, that the little animals around the Wheel of Fortune, all those are ruled by Taurus?
Oh, they're all the fixed signs.
Yeah.
They're all the fixed signs. Same thing with the world card. It's got all the elements. But yeah, you should have the eagle, the bull.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
The
it's all the
Sphinx.
fixed. It's all the fixed signs. Yeah. And Angela says, like, she kind of feels stagnant.
No, I can see that. That's why I'm not saying anything and just filling up the space, Angela,
Okay.
because I definitely, like, if I started counting, we'd be here for a minute. It's almost like you made a choice to leave and try something new. And may have hurt your family, or there might have been separation or something there. But whatever this new try is, you're not in control of it yet. And if you said something like you don't want to hurt a soulmate soul contract person here, you don't want to hurt them, but there are needs, like you have real needs, if that makes sense. You have real needs, and you're doing, it's not up and down, it's zigging and zagging. It's more the feel that I get. And if there's a question of like, is this going to stop? Maybe it was like you thought 3 weeks ago this thing was going to stop and things were going to start getting better, but it hasn't. Not really. The cards are sort of showing that building something takes time. The pentacle suit is very slow, and the pentacle suit do with all the help it can get. But there's a question, it's almost like in your mind here, it's black and white thinking. I hate to have to be the one to say something like that, because it's sort of like, I don't know if I went and did the logical thing, like the 100% logical thing, I don't know if I'd have time, and it's not really the purpose for what I did this for. But time is ticking down. And you're right, you do feel stuck. Trying to see if there is an answer, because the cards show here that you only have about 2 more weeks, maybe 3, before you have to make the call. You have to make the call. And it has to do with the success rate. And that's truthfully what this is. It has to do with analytics. How much has it cost? I don't know if that makes sense. But I'm going to leave it right there, because you're an Aquarius. And that's exactly what you're supposed to be responding to. Go ahead, Heather.
I hope that helps, hun. Jerry. There are so many people involved in this damn party. that's the best thing I can say. And I could almost see why you're asking about it, how it's gonna go. What's odd is your sister's not even really in here. I mean, except for what I gathered, maybe the bottom of the deck. Okay. So I did get that 6 of Pentacles that came out. And that's the only thing that I felt like was her energy. Okay. So regardless, I think she's going to be grateful for whatever happens. I don't know how to say this. Like when I first was feeling into the energy, I was seeing people like dressed up like super bougie and just looking hot. and like they were ready to go out clubbing. And then, like, as the cards started rolling out, I don't know how well you can see this, but I got the 5 of Wands and the Sun card in reverse, just so you know, because it's right there. 5 of Wands is clarified by that Page of Cups, and the Sun card clarified, the Sun card in reverse. I do have a Leo all over this. I don't remember what sign you are, Jerry, but I can definitely see there's been a lot of work put into this with that 8 of Pentacles, and a lot of thought and a lot of discernment, but it almost feels like a location. And I feel like there might be a little bit of maybe a snag. I don't know if it's an argument over where the location is or if it's a problem with double booking. Okay. Almost like I feel like somebody's saying there's not enough room or you're going to have to share the room. Yeah, that is an Aquarius card. Yeah, hun. But I think a Leo is going to be pretty pissed off. And I say the Leo because I got the Queen of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles being the clarifier for that. And looking at that Queen of Wands, I got a Virgo. Okay, so I got the Hermit. Looking at that Queen of Wands in reverse, the Hermit is feeling the Strength card in reverse. Leo, looking at Leo like, you should know better than to be acting like that. So I really do feel like there's going to be a heavy Leo waiting of somebody that feels like they are not getting their way, or that their opinion or effort doesn't matter. Another thing, I don't know how I can help, is how I'm hearing the Leo. Or I said I could do that. Or, okay, hold on. Let me see what this is, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Because I let me show you the end of it first before I even read what you say. So I got the Death card in reverse and the World card. So for me, this indicates that there might need to be a new beginning. And when I said, hey, can you clarify that for me? What's that Death card and that World card? Because it's got a message behind it with the 8 of Wands talking about communication. There's the holdup right there. It's a Hangman, but it's the Pisces card, right? And then I had the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And for the Hermit, looking at the Strength card, and I keep showing you all these because it tells the story. I have the Aquarius card right there. I have the Tower card, and I see moving on to calmer waters. Like, there may be something's not going to go right, and you may have to change a venue. Now, let me read chat. Give me just a second here. We paid a deposit on Friday, and Monday, the event center went out of business. Virgo is my brother-in-law. Whoa. See? Like, I was feeling the change of venue, like, big time. And you didn't even say a venue. You just asked about your sister's birthday party. So, okay. You know, with that, here, use the Mercury. Okay. If you're going to have to go on somewhere and you've already paid a deposit, okay, and they're going to like try to screw you over on it, take it to the media. I know that sounds weird. But they would have, like, okay, so sometimes local news stations have different things where they go like, you know, like where I was from, they did like Cake on Your Side or whatever. Like, that was the name of the news station. So they would have somebody that would go down and like they would confront the company or whatever to try to get money back and or help compensate you for whatever, or at least make it be known that they're ripping people off. Because, you know, it's more than just you that was involved in that, Jerry. So you did change the venue. That's good. You know, I think that it's going to be definitely worth the wait. She's going to be happy no matter what, babe. And the fact that you guys are putting in all this effort is so awesome. I'd say try to keep her out of the drama as much as possible. You know, that Leo Virgo person is not very happy. And I can understand why, especially if you guys put in money and then it didn't end up working out. But otherwise, I mean, everything else is coming up pretty and, full of gratitude and love. So I hope she has a great birthday, Jerry, and I hope that information helps. I basically told you what you already did. I didn't know that you did that. I just got shown that there was going to be a change in venue. Okay. All right, honey. Sometimes that happens. She's mad.
She's mad.
I wonder where Leo's at in her chart.
That's the best.
There's heavy Leo. Have you looked at her chart, Jerry? Do you know if she's so like funny. Got a heavy Leo rating? Well, if she's a Capricorn sun, right? Is that Tess? Am I looking at that?
That's Tess. But Diamond Heart 11. Do you want to do Tess?
Yeah, I'm just reading. He's upset about how much it costs. Oh, that's why he was looking at y'all crazy with that Virgo look. I saw that. Mean. You saw that. Okay.
That's all great. Right. If she were my sister, I'd be like, "Ooh, get mad." That's she doesn't know. She doesn't know. I'd be like, mean girls don't get cake.
Honey, she'll be happy in the end.
Oh, I'd be so teasing her.
Yeah, just take what brother says like a grain of salt. Some people you just can't change, darling. Some people you just can't change. I hope that helps, Jerry. That's so sweet. I'm glad I was able to tap into you so well. And thank you, Tess, for the donation, sweetheart. Throw your question in. Did we have another one before Tess?
I'm taking care of it. It's Diamond.Heart, looking at Anselin and how Anselin feels about Diamond.Heart 11.
Okay.
I'm seeing if I'm picking up a channel there before I lay the cards.
Okay. Well, Tess here, I'm ready for you, hun. Whenever you got your question, you're saying any near future warnings. All right. Oh. Open up and I'll tap in, hun. And you're welcome, Jerry. Thank you. Thank you. That Virgo was really looking at that Leo like. And maybe the Leo energy in itself was like the whole, because Leo likes to put on a show, So if you think about that, Leos are pretty bougie, right? And do like the glorious, glamorous stuff. And he's looking at it like, that's funny. It's funny, but I'd be pissed too if I paid money on a video. Hopefully you get your money back from them people.
Diamond.Heart. All right,
Tess.
The last conversation you had with this person, Anselin. The last conversation you had with this person had a lot to do, from what I can see. It hit Anselin in a place of insecurity. I'm not sure if you knew that the arrow hit that well, because it would be like, let me put it to you like this. If you have someone who is dancing on a dance floor and they're being silly and they're being crazy and they're, they got into the club, obviously, and they're on the dance floor. And then you have this person's commanding officer come walk into the club fully dressed and come straight up to the person. That person would lock it up, because it's a lot like an adult pointing out how childish or childlike someone's behavior has been, how foolish in regards to what needs to be taken seriously, for how much was on the plate. Does that make sense? The weight of what had been done. Because whatever this last confrontation, Anselin is looking at you like, no, don't contact this person, okay? This person has been humbled. well, less humbled, more humiliated. Okay, so it's sort of like they didn't want to look at life so seriously. They didn't want that. They didn't like that. And now that they're looking at sort of there, it's almost like Anselin has been reassessing the weight of the seriousness and how long this stupid behavior has gone on. I shouldn't have been so petty. I shouldn't have been so rude. I shouldn't have been, because when I laid the cards down, I sort of got that this person had issues with social, like social interaction, societal interaction. That's what it felt like to me. Like the person doesn't know how to behave in society and they think it's a joke or they think it's funny. No, don't reach out to this person, because what it shows here is an improper, inappropriate position to play with someone's heart like that, or to use divine feminine energy of trust and a safe home and a safe place in one's heart, and how it was taken advantage of by this person's ridiculous behavior. They are still in kind of a state of humiliation. It seems up here that life has kind of stripped away. I mean, come on, dude. I don't know if that makes sense. He's in his 40s. I'm really introverted and he is the life of the party. No, I wasn't about to contact him. Good. I don't want him now, but I want to understand the situation because he left me hanging. Yeah. I would look at it in a little more of an ethical responsibility for what happened here. It does show that there is an ex. I don't know if this person is married or has been married. If they've been through a divorce of some kind, they were very immature, and this person did not handle 100%. They were not honest. They were not honest with how things ended there.
Where that King of Cups?
It was like he took advantage. He took advantage. And the sad part is he can never be with someone, or he'll never be able to expose this part of himself for the inappropriate damage he did there. I mean, it's almost like I want to say that's as honest as he will ever get with another human being, because he won't go any further into intimacy because it would have to expose what he did. Yeah. If you know the county that he was in with his ex or how that went down, you can pull up the divorce documents through the court system. You can go to like the county where the divorce was filed, look through the county clerk's office, because he didn't do right by this person. And so therefore, he's never going to be able to go beyond that point with anybody. He'd have to tell the truth. I hope that helps. Go ahead, Heather.
Tess, honey, it's a really good question. And you'll have to pardon me. I know that you're a regular with us, but I don't know your life story nor your partnerships or if you have kids or any of that stuff. So please don't take offense. I deal with too many people to keep track. But so you asked me if there's any like warnings, right? Here's how it rolled out. And it didn't necessarily even look like a warning to start. So I've got, and this one I kind of have to cover something. But I have a lady and two men. It's a page of cups with a wheel of fortune in reverse. My screen is teeny tiny, so I don't know if you can see both cards. I got next to that, we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. I don't know if you kick somebody out, or if this king, I have the King of Cups in reverse, looking awfully judgy. We've got the Virgo card right here. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then when I was laying it out, I heard it ain't gonna happen. That's like I heard a man's voice. It ain't gonna happen. And going through here, I honestly, it feels like maybe somebody's jealous and thinking that they're better than somebody else that's near you, that wants to either court you or is with you. I next to that Five of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse, I got the Fool and the World card for you. Okay. That seems promising for a new beginning. Now, that could also be talking about New Year's, considering that, like, we're pretty much on winter solstice, just about. It's talking about the changing of the seasons, the turning of the into the new. I do also have a King of Pentacles in the upright, but I do have the Four of Wands in reverse. So these two energies right here, the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Wands, talks about some discord in the home. And to wrap it up for you, babe, I had the Lovers. You got a Lovers card clarified by the Justice card. They were both in the upright. But you got some Aries energy that's just not acting right. And then I also have a Page of Cups, or the King of Cups, and then I have the King of Pentacles twice. And so I think there's going to be an earth sign that's going to be likely do something that is extremely emotionally immature, that's going to get you to the point where you're like, get away, stay away from me. I don't want any of that. Also, it could be that somebody younger, if you are single, is showing more promise than the elder. The elder's like, yeah, like I get the energy of like, well, I provide. The King of Pentacles energy is coming out very like this, like, you don't put in the work, you don't contribute as much, you don't know how much money it takes, and like I'm feeling bad masculine energy coming in. So you ask about a near warning. I don't know if you're about to up and leave somebody or what, but somebody isn't acting right towards you in this near future. And the thing that it does say is that it will balance out in the end. It didn't show a leaving card, but it does still show that there is a soulmate connection, a very cooperative connection. It doesn't even have to be love. It could just be friendship. When we're talking about Libra in that seventh house, it could be a justice thing above that. Like I did for another clarifier, got Judgment in reverse that lent to that Lover's card and justice. So you will get your justice in this situation. I kicked a friend out of home, but I let her come back. Okay, that's what that was. So it was like an emotional response. And you're like, you know what? Look, I love you. I love you, friend. I love you. Right. So the thing about that is that you're gonna, I do see that regret there, a little bit of regret about it, and then taking a step back with that Four of Swords. Okay, taking a step back and like observing that and coming at it from a more balanced situation. I think that is worth saying. If there is something that is not working right, you two need to learn to be able to talk about it and set the emotions aside, because it does speak a little too much about some impulsive actions that are made out of inappropriate emotions. Okay. So as long as you guys can continue to talk, I think it'll be well. But if there's any feelings of you not doing enough or them not doing enough, you guys need to talk about it rather than hold resentment, because that King of Pentacles all day long in reverse can hold some resentment. So can that King of Cups. So I didn't want her to have a bad Christmas. Well, that's very sweet of you, sweetheart. And I would just say, keep an open table with you guys. Say, look, we got to do some equal contributing here. And I don't want resentment or for you to have a bad time. So I was feeling it, but I don't see any warnings other than what is already happened, and to say, learn the lesson from it. Okay. Because that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and I'm sorry that I'm going to shut up really quick here, but this Three of Cups right here that I've got, it speaks to a little too much indulgence. So if you guys are partying together, maybe don't drink together. Don't have serious conversations when you're drinking. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for the donation, babe, and we love you. I hope that it works out. I'm sure it will. You got the Two of Cups and the Justice card. Fair is fair. You're muted or something.
Heather.
Yes.
I have Sarah and Toya, and then I have this Zen person. Hi, Zen. How are you? You've got John Devonte Jordan, real feelings for me. So is that two people that have real feelings for you? Or and then you put like 6.
Okay. Like, let me look at this, because I think Zen's asked a question before. And okay, Zen, if you're in, honey, we need you to clarify your question and say it in as proper English as you can so that we can understand what you're saying, because like 6 makes no sense with your question. You mean like you've known each other since 6, or still in early friendship?
I'm gonna take Sarah and Toya.
Okay, and who do I'll take Zen. Is that what you want?
You're taking Zen.
Okay, and
I'm
then
taking Sarah.
Cool. Honey, quit typing other stuff. I mean, there's a lag, but Zen, just ask me your question straight up, like without breaks. Put in one solid question so I know what you're asking, babe.
What's Van S been discussing about Sarah?
Jerry and Tess, I gotta say, I sure love the way I was able to tap into you girls today. That was cool.
All right, Sarah, and the first thing I'm kind of catching is that someone's all right, I'm getting a female who is listening to some of this, and the female is kind of seeing that some of the information this person has given over might be inappropriate in a certain way, like inappropriate. However, this person is also not getting a response. All right. If people in the family or people around are not listening or haven't talked with you in a long time, Saren, they don't know necessarily what to think. Okay. And to me, it's like because of what happened in the past. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of dumb, isn't it?
What are John D. Jordan's feelings for Zen? They're still in early friendship stage.
Van S is trying to feel people out in the room. So some of what he is saying has a lot to do with questions right after he says it. It would sound a lot like this. Saren contacted me. Why would this person be contacting me? And that question alone feels out the room. It feels out the room. Nobody really responds. Nobody really answers. So Saren tries a different way of expression. You know, like, this person got me in so much trouble. Second question, to feel out the room. To feel out the room. There's only one person, a female, who has straight out said, yeah, this person contacted me once, or I tried to have a conversation with Saren. So this is a person that you've talked with before. This person could have thought that you were like a little slow on the uptake, like you didn't quite understand the world, or you didn't understand how to interact, you know? They come out and they're the only person, though, that is shown kind of any break. Everybody else is just going,
For John D. Jordan's feelings.
We shut that door a long time ago with Saren, and you know, there's a lot around that would need to be corrected. That's what everybody else is kind of saying. But your Van S person has not been able to break, because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a block of ice, like something that was frozen in time. And Van S has been running around this block of ice trying to shave off the sides, but it has not even come close to the center of all the stuff that really happened. It's almost like these people froze. They froze the moment in time. And everyone in this group that Van S is talking to has walked away from any kind of responsibility regarding helping, you know, jumping in there, cooperating. They don't know why. They haven't seen you. They don't know why, you know. They just know that there was a lot of this going on with the Ten of Swords, and nobody is breaking character. Not one of them. It's almost like Beauty and the Beast, you know. Everybody in the castle froze into position. And the only person that has cracked and said something is a female with whom you have very little contact. You don't know each other hardly at all. And whatever the communication was between the two of you, they're the only ones that came out and actually joined in to say something negative here. I don't even know, like, you two don't even know each other. I know if they did something like that to me, it's a lot like that. But these people froze the moment, Saren. Are you still here? He's not telling them the truth. No, he's not even coming close to telling these people the truth of what happened. And they have not questioned. That's the other really bad part here, because it would be like a group of bullies that have confirmed on the bully side. They didn't ask any questions. They said, okay. And they froze the moment. You know, they didn't rush in to assist or to help or to question. Nobody did any of that. Look, I just pulled the Justice card. Oop, not allowed to show you that. They don't know anything, that you weren't given a choice, that, you know, these things kind of happened. I shouldn't have shown you that one either. The Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. No. He's not telling them the truth of anything. He's trying to feel them out. It's also something here about perhaps you've lost some of your beauty over the years, maybe. God, this person is very similar to a Gemini. Okay, very, very similar to Gemini energy. Not in a million years would they have assumed what this person did to you.
Tell me that.
And I'm going to shut up, because whatever was supposed to happen, this person very, very well broke the law. It was like this. This person broke the law. They went outside of the law. If you tried talking with this person and said, hey, I want to get back together with you, I want to repair whatever this was, this person has not made a move and nobody knows. And if there was a conversation with you about a new beginning, this person just, a lot of this has to do with fear of what that original group is going to think. And he still hasn't done it. This dude's a coward. I'm saying it like that. And I'm going to go ahead and let go, Saren, okay? And give it over to Heather. Sorry, babe.
I'm just pulling one more clarifier on this back end. Page of Cups come out twice in reverse, 2 readings in a row. Well, no, last one it wasn't in reverse. Okay. All right. Zen. All right. Zen, I got you, babe. All right. So you're wondering how your new friend is feeling about you. Okay. So I would say that your new friend may be taking it a bit slow, or maybe that's you wanting to take it a bit slow. They definitely enjoy their conversations with you while they're, and that while they're waiting, and I almost see like laying in bed with that 4 of Swords and that King of Swords, really enjoy your conversation. You're somebody who brings them fun and makes them feel young at heart. We've got the Sun card and the 6 of Cups in the upright. Next to that talks about more communication. We've got a message coming in with that 8 of Wands, and I have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just going to say this because I don't know if you both are young or if you are younger, because it feels like maybe he's a little concerned that you're too young. I have 2 pages in reverse here. I've got the Page of Cups in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. So it kind of talks about a little bit of, I think he has reservations about you, dear. Let's put it that way. Okay. And I don't think it's any sort of malicious. You're both 33. It could also speak to maturity level, experience. Okay. Maturity. It feels like one of you is more experienced than the other, but you guys do enjoy each other. I've got a 3 of Swords in reverse and the Page of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, Knight of Pentacles in the upright. I don't see him having any ill will towards you, looking to want to hurt you or take advantage of you. I think he may have some concerns about not knowing how to move forward with you or to make it build into something. I pulled a couple of clarifiers on it, babe. I also did get, when I was looking through this, I was feeling with the pages, because like if you look at this page right here, you see dude's got his ear, he's like this. He's waiting to hear that message. And that message is there. But I mean, it came out in reverse, which I didn't have the Page of Swords in reverse. But with having the 2 pages that I did, it almost felt like somebody was gossiping, or that they heard something about you, or that you said something that made them question a little bit, kind of like you're asking me, like how does he feel? I think sipping came out as well, so that talks a little bit about being nosy, gossiping, spreading rumors. I don't know if they heard something, if he heard something about you. The blues came out, scared, heavy emotions, and mental distress. That does lend to that card of that 8 of Swords right there. So last thing I got, I'll show you, turnt, party animal. Okay, so The sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures. It very well could be that he does really enjoy his time with you, but it's not. The emotional thing might be more like a a really close friendship that may be friends with benefits. So that's what I got. I hope that information helps. Yeah, I think he feels it when I'm childish. He thinks you're childish. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it might be just that he looks at you like maybe a younger sister, honey. And it very well could be the friends with benefits, but and or maybe thinks that you party too much or that you talk too much. I know that's not something you want to hear, but if the childish, okay, that makes sense. I hope that helps. I see you sitting there having a hard time. Are you needing to go, Miriam? Or do we have
No, I'm hurting. Sure, you can see that part, but when am I not hurting? In
okay,
Escoria, in Escoria, in
okay.
Es, I know I said it right.
Yeah.
She has a question, and then mi amor, U6U.
Okay, I
So
can do Mia Moore if you well, or do you want to do it, Mia Moore? We don't have in Sakura's question, do we?
yeah, neither one of them sent a question, so we can
Mia
agree.
Moore did. Mia
Oh
Moore did.
yes,
I'm healing from an abusive relationship. It's over. Done. Can I know if I'm doing it the right way?
I've
Oh,
done that several times, ma'am. The first thing is to lock down that checking account, that bank account. That is the first thing.
yeah.
When
She
you
said
get
it's
to the
done and
point when
over.
you'd rather live in your car than lay one more night next to that mother, telling you,
Yeah.
bank account, first thing. Even get them on the phone and make another bank account and transfer all your funds. Lock that down quick. The second thing is if you're married, you need to go sit with a lawyer. Yes, take your lunch break because I've done it before. Take your lunch break and get your little honey down and go talk to a lawyer and see what your rights are.
Mia Moore's wanting to know if they're doing their healing the right way.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that. You can lay the cards in
Well, that was
Escoria.
the question. That was the question. Mia Moore said, I'm healing from an abusive relationship. It's done. Can I know if I'm doing it the right way? So you gave advice about what to do when you separate with somebody, but they're wanting to know if they are doing the healing the right way.
Okay.
Right? Was that your question, Mia Moore?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because in the state of Texas, they count it now. I don't know if you knew that.
No, they're not together. Don't worry about that part. It's just the psychological part that Mia Moore is asking about. They're not married, just a
Oh, look,
couple.
I just got all red. Just getting mad for you.
General for December. In Escoria. I got you. I got you. Or do you? Okay.
No, you're calmer than me. You need to take me more.
Do in Sequoia. Do the
Because,
basic.
man, look at my face.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I think you two may be the last one because
what
I
you
can't
don't
stand
know
the wincing on her face pains me.
will come for you. If you do not
How
know
long?
your rights, man, look at them all red. It will come for you. Look, 444 is on the clock in front of me.
Anna Scoria says, by the way, Heather, last reading you did for me for
Oh,
work,
Lord.
it
Oh my
didn't
God,
happen with
it is
me.
so
It
hot.
happened with my work colleague. She was one who put in the complaint about another coworker. I vaguely remember that. Yeah. Okay. And Mia Moore, honey, yeah, I got you. I'll see if you're on the right path. And Escoria, Miriam's got you. I'm glad that hey, stuff comes through and how it plays out. Sometimes it's just already in your energy. So that's really interesting. Was that the one where I was saying that I found people with liquor, like liquor bottles in the trash can at work? Like one time, yeah, a couple times in the bathroom. I think that was you.
Oh, look, an Escoria. Look, my beautiful friend. Man, I'm telling you, my therapy is working. Look, I calmed all down. I calmed all down.
Yeah, more. Yeah. I was feeling it. Like it was like
It's
on
the
the way today.
cortisol. That cortisol business.
Tiffany, hey, cuz. That's my cousin up in here. Hey, babe.
Is that your cousin? Hi, cuz.
Tiffany, yeah.
Oh, all of a sudden the room filled up.
All right, me more. Yes, dear. I got you. I gotta shuffle up for you, open up for your energy. I do want to talk to you a little bit about wondering if you're doing the healing the right way.
Hmm. Is my mic on? Okay.
Yeah.
En Escorella. Okay, I'm picking up two things in Escorella. Okay. Wherever the location is geographically that you're at, don't blame me. I have Taurus over the 8th. I pick up things through Earth. There's yellow flowers, and then for some reason, there's New York City. And if that's not a message directly for you, it might be for all of us. Yellow flowers bloom, and then New York City, if you know anybody in New York. Show me December 2025 for Enniscortaya. I'm getting an ant. That's nice.
Mi amor. Healing and been no contact for about 3 months with their spouse. And wants to know if they're doing healings. They're a couple, they weren't married. It's abusive. Seems about the psychological side if they're doing healing.
Oh, you're from Portugal. Really? I get some sort of invitation in December. And it's one from a person that you're already linked with. Okay. It also shows that maybe you haven't seen this person in a very long time. But I do see that you're gonna decline the invitation. I do see that because you probably more than likely have to work. And it kind of all right, you may not also. Oh, do you live in Portugal or are you in the United States right now? You work for the US, but where do you live? No wonder they said New York City. You're in Portugal. But you work for the United States. Because what I was picking up here had something to do with documentation, but it also gives off the vibe that that there is a concern that things could go in a direction with the GOV, that things could go in a direction that you're not anticipating. And I'm telling you that you might be correct. When the yellow flowers in your area of Portugal, when the yellow flowers bloom, there may very well be an incident here in the United States, in New York. And something there needs to be investigated or looked into before you would be picked up again. That's what it looks like to me. So if the message for December was there for you, December's message is you may get an invitation, but you may also say no. The second message is if something really large happens to the US, they're going to lock it down, everything.
Nine of Swords and Reverse.
So start saving. Start saving so you can be prepared. And if it requires for you not to go to this invitation so that you can save, the answer is yes. Make sure that you're doing that. It's not necessarily about losing your job. It's about waiting for an investigation to finish. But again, the cards show that could take about 7 months because you want to make sure to hold on to your position. So even though you don't like me right now, and I can see that, if you need to, if you have been given an invitation recently from one of your family members to make a little money on the side, you need to start asking your family members for that, even though you don't want to, even though you don't feel like it. That's the message I've got. I know it's big. Go ahead, Heather.
Okay, well, I'm done laying cards, but if we have a couple more in us, I know Lozzie Lou is in asking if they can ask a question. And we had Catwoman came in. Hope I'm not too late. Okay, so we got Lozzie Lou and Tiffany. Did you have a question? I didn't know how much longer you have in you, but Miyamura. Okay, Miyamura. So in regards to your healing, I was trying to do a little bit of clarifying. You rolled out with the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. And in this particular deck, I really like it. You can see she's really just chill, but she doesn't look too happy, which, I mean, it makes sense. You got to be deep in your feelings, deep in your thoughts. But she's got a little animal squirrel friend there. And what's weird is he's wearing like a mask over its head, right? So I think it talks a little bit about, and I got the seven of Pentacles to clarify that. That would speak to a bit of an imbalance. Okay, so you take the 9 minus the 7, that comes 2. That's how I do my math on my cards here, guys. So that means there is a little bit of an imbalance, and that might be the heart mind thing, because you can really be done and over with somebody, but if you spent any good amount of time with them, years or whatever, they become a part of you in a way. And so I think that speaks to more about balancing the head over heart thing. I have a couple of reasons why, and I'll go a little for, and then also I do see that the resentment is there. There is some harboring of some resentment. Look at that Emperor card in the reverse, and then the clarifier is the Death card. Okay, I know you're going through changes. But there are certain things that I just heard love and light doesn't make the pain go away. So I understand you may not necessarily see everything as love and light the way that Emperor card is. But if you are, it just talks about not being able to spiritually bypass it all. Okay. So if there's something about, if you're catching yourself in a pattern, I got all these pentacles, right? If you're catching yourself in this pattern to where you keep feeling yourself slip back up to where all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of anger and you just, like that. What's the word I'm looking for? Deferring, resentment is the best way I can put it. Then that's something you may want to look at a little bit at. Sometimes looking at our own shadow is kind of the hardest thing to do, because, we like to think that we're better than that. Our higher self, our ego wants us to think that we don't have anything wrong with us. But anyway, so here I got the full card that rolled out next to that Emperor in reverse, talking about your new beginning with that Page of Swords. And look how damn big that broadsword is that she's got. Like this page and the Fool, I think, I don't know if you've come up with, if you have been studying, I also came out with the Ace of Swords as well on the back end, and I'll show you. But I got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. So the Fool like is almost about to go off the damn ledge, stuck in those memories. It is a lot of memories. I can see that maybe your sleep is finally getting better. The anxiety is starting to go down. That's the Nine of Swords, but it's in reverse. I did get the High Priestess in reverse. When it laid, I'm not going to lie. Here's what I felt. I heard you say that there was no contact. Like I read that. However, I felt sticky, like spiritual residue. That's kind of a way I can say it. So if it was very toxic, I feel so much resentment and toxic and blame that in itself, I can't tell if that's your residue or if that's his residue, babe. But that residue is there. And the only way to work on that residue that I've found, yeah, you can go to the gym, punch out a bag as much as you want. You know, you can go for a jog. You can get the physical activity if the Aries energy is too much, because I can see that your board is all, you're bored, you need to get out, you want to do something. But I do suggest taking it to the higher learning. Look at this page. Like I said, look at that page. Look at that Ace of Swords. That talks about a new perspective, a new outlook, and you becoming a new student to perhaps, I'm just going to say Jung. Look into Carl Jung, babe. Carl, and it's Jung, Jung. Okay. Look at the work on individuation. If you really want to get into the psyche, you can look at the Red Book. It talks about the shadow. But that's what I'm going to say. Let me see what you said. Okay. Anger is exactly where I'm stuck. Having difficulty not hating them, but I try. Yeah, I feel better compared to the last few months. We were connected a lot. I just can't forgive. I know him. Okay. And babe, that's the normal cycle. So you are going through and you are processing those emotions, but there's nothing fast about a karmic love breaking. There's nothing fast about healing that. So keep taking your time. Get out in nature. Okay. Don't be blind to the cute squirrels in the tree. Don't blanket yourself from having fun. Get out there, breathe some fresh air, get yourself, read some new topics, you know, communicate. If you haven't gotten a therapist with all that hot Aries sword fire energy, you really want to take a look at that, babe. I don't know if you thought about therapy, but if you want to do it yourself, Carl Jung, start reading that when
can
you're
I
alone.
say something?
Oh, of course.
There is a book, mi amor. There is a book called When to Know, like how to know when to ditch that jerk. I had a hard time because I was confused about the abuse and nobody could tell me in black and white. Like I have always needed an outside opinion who is a professional before I leave. I always need like a therapist, a doctor, somebody who's a professional because my brain just will not accept it. Until I got the book, When to Know How to Ditch That Jerk. And in those chapters, this woman who works both sides in this field of abusers who are in prison, and then she goes and she sits with the family members in group anger management. And she sits with both sides. And she wrote a book for me, for you, to be able to see in black and white that you and I grew up in abuse. We grew up in it. So that's home. And it feels very weird to leave home. Get the book. It's really not that expensive. And once you read it in print, it'll validate something in your head. And then you come see Heather and I and sit on this channel because Heather and I work astrology charts where we can tell you why it was needed. And once you get the where, the when, the how, the why, the anger will start to calm down, because you can take a step back and you can see how this fits into the purpose for all of us, for the divine collective. Because if you're on our channel right now, I bet you $1 billion that you are working not just individual karma, you're working your family karma. Like I got chili bumps. You're working divine karma. You're working it for all of us, girl. So
Yep.
you cannot quit. You will not, like, I want to cry. You will not be able to quit this. And I agree with Heather 110%. It takes forever, but it is easier when you can know why that had to happen.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I will say also a statistic. Okay. My therapist told me several months back, uh, for every year you're with somebody in a coupled committed relationship, what was it? For every year, it takes, what was it, 2 months or something like that? Or for every year, it takes a month to get over. So it really just kind of depends. I don't know how long you guys were together, but deep, that emotional that residue is still there, sweetheart. Okay. And you as an Aries sun and Venus in your first house, babe, you just want to be over it. You're like, I'm fucking done. I just want to be over it. Feelings. Can't I just, you know, get my knife and cut those feelings right out of there? I don't want that
Yeah.
shit, right? I just want to heal. I want it done. And it takes time, you know, and so the impatience and forgiveness, babe, you you can look at it now, and the resentment, I understand. I know better now. Why didn't I get my ass out of that sooner? Why don't sit there and gaslight yourself.
No,
Stop doing that shit,
it's
because
dumb.
that's what's keeping you stuck. Keep a good sleep regimen, keep taking care of you,
Make
find
friends,
routine methods,
find
friends,
new friends, go
swords.
out into the world, find Al-Anon, find Coda, find some of these free groups, and force yourself to go like it is life or death. Make it more important than a doctor appointment, and make your ass get up and go make new friends
Yeah. And or reconnect with old ones that are healthy.
that
All right.
support you. I'm
That's
sorry, we're all here for Mia Moore.
no,
Okay?
we are, babe, and I hope
We're
that
all
that
here for
helps.
her.
I know that that helps. So you had in the list Tiffany, Catwoman, and Lozzie Lou.
Yeah, Lousy
Tiffany,
Lou has a new looker.
oh, Lozzie Lou already put their question in. Oh yeah. Okay, so Lozzie Lou, can you tell me about my new love interest, Phil? He's an Aqua. And then Tiff, just wondering about how my interview will go this week. It's a different career path altogether. Kind of nervous. I'll get you Tiff,
Oh, you got Tiffany?
unless you want to do Tiff,
I
since
need
I
to
don't.
know
I know
Catwoman's
her.
question, because if Catwoman can beat lose Lozzie Lou,
Oh, I read you Lozzie Lou's.
yeah. It's Phil's an Aquarius. I thought you were gonna smile about that. Like I was all
Oh.
excited. I was like,
Oh, well,
hey.
I didn't know who you wanted to do, but
No. Go
Catwoman.
ahead, take care of the career one for Tiffany.
Okay. Well, I'll work on Tiffany, but I haven't laid a card yet. So Lozzie Lou and Catwoman, if you're in here, you will be the very last read, and then we're done, I think, for the day. So
All right, I'll do Lozzie Lou because I want to know about Phil, and Heather will take Tiffany and Catwoman. If you're still in the room with us, throw your question in. That'll be the last one of the day, folks.
we'll be back next week.
Phil is friends with Callan, though. Oh.
Oh God, nobody can
That's
be
why I
friends with
was ready to
Alan.
take Lozzie Lou. My Lilith and Gemini was like, whoa, let's know the tea on
Yeah.
Phil. Okay.
My Lilith is in Libra, so somebody is being the underdog. You better watch out. Heather's Lilith will come fight for him. Catwoman, yes, ma'am. Babe, you're the last reader. You're going to be the last one in
Yeah,
here.
but
I got
if you were like frozen to death in the mountains in a past life and you were chewing on like the leg of one of your friends, would that be Lilith in Libra too? I'm so messed up. Don't mind me. Be like, I love my friends. No, I really do.
Like that movie Alive for the guys that wrecked on the plane crash on Mount Everest or wherever the hell it was.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, Lozzie lives at 8th house Scorpio Lilith. Woo! Oh, S&M.
Is Phil, who's about to get tore up.
Evidently with that Lilith.
Her 8th house Lilith. My God.
Oh.
Can we say Hecate much?
Hecate.
Or would that be more? I guess it would depend on her Venus, because it would be more Hecate versus Persephone.
Well, I don't know. Persephone hooks up with freaking Hades. Are you kidding me?
I know.
No, that's
Persephone. She was like
Hecate is the crossroads. No, she's cool alone.
Yeah, she is cool alone. I'm just saying it would be the difference.
Conjunct Uranus. Man, you sound like a good fun time, Lozzie Lou.
Is that where Phil comes into play? Conjunct Uranus. We know where Phil is.
That's so funny.
Virgo Venus. Okay.
Oh, Tiffany. All right, open up, Tiffany. Just relax and think about that interview and how it went and the new career path. I'll sit with you. Yeah. An interview for a new job, total different career path. Yeah. I know it's quiet, you guys, but Miriam and I are we're not TikTok tarot readers. We dig
seers.
in. We're seers.
This is what it sounds like when a reading's done. Sounds silent. Because you're scrying and you're picking up energy.
Yeah, we have sound, Catwoman, hun. We're just working. And we both laid down at the same time.
Yeah, but I got this Aquarius dude for Lozzie Lou.
Cool, go.
Lozzie, you turning and burning, girl. You turning and burning. There's a few things about your Phil dude here. Number one, I mean, you said that he's friends, with Callan. That's kind of here as well. And if Callan's one to turn and burn, then you guys have had this discussion. You're the one that's going to have to let me know. But this is what I see in the cards, okay? That Phil still kind of has a hang up for his ex. He's not entirely finished with that. Phil has set himself into a pattern of thinking about his ex. So when Phil gets a distraction that is interesting enough, he will sit and talk it out, right? But his pattern,
interview,
his electricity pathway has not been interrupted yet. His Morse code just keeps going right back to that thing. I don't know if that makes sense. So he has not addressed his issue, and he has not interrupted his own pattern. For you to come in and have a solid, good discussion with this dude, and I did kind of catch, I don't know if you guys have slept together yet, but it does show that some of your mad skills are very interesting to Phil. I will say that. I had that feeling because we have been chatting and not going anywhere. Yeah, that's the easiest way. I will say that whatever it is that you are sharing could eventually be put into other conversations with other people. It may seem like a betrayal to you when it happens or if it happens, but it's just what these dudes talk about. It's just on the list. So the release of information, you could hold it back a little bit more to make sure that your future in any way is okay, especially in their opinion. But this dude still hung up on his ex. And no, if he did do therapy, it didn't stick, it didn't work. This dude may think that he's cool, but he's really not. He's really not. It's not okay. He's not ready. He's not ready. He should not be stepping into the fray. You're a pleasant distraction. Pleasant. And he has nowhere to go. So he'd be more than happy to sit and chit chat with you. Yeah, I do kind of see
the Aries twice.
Quit throwing your time at false starts. That's what I'm picking up. There is someone else that you're going to meet soon. You're going to meet soon. Kind of shows in that's interesting. Really? My head is feeling so much better. Thank you. Nice. If it's Catwoman, whoever's sending me healing to my head, thank you so much. Thank you, because it's working. That was nice. Okay, Lazy Lou, there's a trip coming up. Nada during the trip. Not a thing during the trip, okay? Dry as a bone during the trip. However, when you come back after the trip, you may very well meet a Pisces or a Scorpio, which would fit much more nicely. But definitely it may come from like work, because this looks like a work replacement. Like someone quits or gets fired and then work replaces with this other person. And it's on like Donkey Kong. At that point, girl, there ain't no rules. There ain't no rules. You could write a hot and sweaty book on it. Oh, shit. Look, let's just say like this. They love like a Pisces. They remember and work like a Virgo. But damn, they get it on like a Sag. It's on. That's all. I'm not empowering you anymore to go do nasty things. Go do them on your own. Damn. God. People. I love it though. I love seeing life. Trouble. Go ahead, babe.
Okay. Hey, so our list is already done, dear. We're finishing up our last two readings right now, hun. So, um, Tiffany, so in regards to your interview, and how that's going to go, I'm curious to know what you're interviewing for, cuz that's cool. So, I mean, you're coming in strong. We've got the King of Wands in the upright. Man, this one, I love that card. He's looking so freaking confident and sharp. And we got the High Priestess below it. Okay. So, that King of Wands is looking straight ahead. Right next to that, I do have that Queen of Pentacles. Look at how loving and nurturing that is. I did get the Seven of Pentacles in reverse beneath it, next to the Star card and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, smack dab in the middle, Tiff. Okay. Now, here's where things go a little wonky. Okay. So I think initial impressions, I don't know. You may be getting interviewed by somebody that looks damn good and that thinks you look damn good. I know that's silly, but I just have to say that because that Knight of Wands is just handsome. Anyways, I think that as far as that goes, I mean, you're going to feel when you get there to do your interview, I think you're going to feel like I got this. Like, you're going to go in looking abundant and confident and ready to work. I think that it is going to be a bit of a I know it's weird, but it almost, the star card's always it's like an Aquarius card, but it is like wish fulfillment, right? It's hopes and dreams. And that's interesting that you say that you're looking into another line of work. I mean, there's something fated. This Wheel of Fortune speaks to fated events, divine timing in the upright, like that. It is something that looks like you're meant to experience. Now, whether that means the full on job or just the interview or who you're meeting in the interview. I know that may sound weird, but another thing I'm getting, and like I said, that's like the middle of the reading, right? Everything's looking cool, looking great, and whatever. Then immediately after that, I had a little bit of a confusion here. I got the Two of Cups in reverse and the Emperor card again. Getting a lot of Aries today. Followed up with the Page of Swords in the upright and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I'm going to tell you, I would say there's going to be, when I clarified that Two of Cups in reverse with the Emperor card, I got another Aries card. The Fool card in reverse came out. The Nine of Cups in the upright came out. And the Five of Pentacles in the reverse came out. Okay. So what I got immediately is if there's going to be, if there's any bickering with anybody before your interview, don't let it happen. So set aside time to make sure nobody gets you emotionally riled up and worked up before you go in to do this interview. Okay. I know that sounds weird, but that's just what I got. Okay. I think that you are going to be a very promising prospect. Okay. I think that they're really going to look at you, but there's something right here. And you did get the Magician card in the upright. So I think that you're going to end up getting an offer. I will say that I think it's also going to bring you some stability and flexibility that's going to make you happier. Being able to spend more time with the kids and normal time, maybe some more. I don't know if it's going to be a change of hours for you because I think yours has been a bit wonky, but I think that it's something that once you start, you're going to have to really be careful because it might get off to a weird step. I got the Temperance card in reverse, the Seven of Swords in the upright, and the Five of Cups in the upright. Okay. When I clarified that Two of Cups, I already showed you what those cards were. I don't know if this, how do I say this? You know how we all have like a rap sheet like not to say that we're like in trouble or anything, but when it comes to references or investigative things, if there was anything in your past that was a bit, something that was maybe a bit regretful, that, was maybe hastily leaving a position. I don't recommend hastily leaving a position before you've secured this one. And if you do have anything worth concern on your record, whether it's a work record, criminal, I don't know. Yeah, I know you're not a troublemaker, but like if there's anything that might be something that gets brought up, but I don't know that it would be during the interview. So it might behoove you that if there's anything that you're a little concerned about, you may want to ask specifically. You know how, like, at the end of the interview, they're like, do you have any questions for us or whatever? Maybe slide in a question, that would help address whatever possible concern that you may have, and be honest about it. Okay. If you're honest about it, then you're going to have a good victory. And I'm happy for you, because you're going to have to tell me about this. But if there's something that they'll, what I'm getting at is, like, if you're, I don't know if that's, you're afraid they're going to see something, or if they see something that is cause for concern. But I think you're going to pull it off, babe. I do. You got the Magician card in the upright. You're a Gemini, so coming in strong, babe. Looks good, and I wish you the best of luck. Love you. Mwah.
Catwoman, if you're still in the room, I've got your spread ready to go. Your little crush here, the one that you're texting, this person has some things on his or her list that they're going down, more like an interview. Number one is the attraction level. That's there. And if there is no attraction level, then it'll be done. The second thing is he's afraid from the way that you speak that perhaps you don't make as much money as he would like, but he definitely doesn't want you to lock up his money and try to control his money. That's there. The third thing, he's afraid by the way that you speak, maybe about your ex, that you're a man hater. She's like in a field of men and she's picking the flowers. You're in, like, he doesn't get it. So he's kind of like, I hope she's not a man hater. I hope she's not over controlling of what toothpaste I want to use. I hope that I am attractive to her and that she's attracted to me, because if there ain't no attraction, ain't none of that going to happen. It sounds like there's some controlling there, and I don't want any of that. So it sounds more like that, like he's going down some sort of weird checklist of all the things he doesn't want you to be and doesn't want you to do. You may be looking at it like, oh, I'm so excited. It might be a new love opportunity. Nothing on the table says love opportunity until the two of you meet, until the two of you try to have a good time on a first date and actually go out to meet one another. Okay. Because this person doesn't really know your happiness style. That's sort of what it looks like to me. Like, being in the flesh with you, being in the flesh, and the joy that kind of comes out. He hasn't felt that part yet with you, so he doesn't understand. They ain't never gonna understand. It does show that the sooner you can lock down an actual date or meeting in the flesh, the sooner you can do this, the sooner the both of you all will know where you both stand. Otherwise, he's just going to keep going down this list and questioning how he feels, because he wants to make sure that, he likes the way you feel, the way you kiss. Ooh. He's a man. I think I learned at 19 or 18 that men want photographs.
Oh, photographs.
Once I learned that, give them something pretty to look at, photo. That's all they want. So
But simple pleasures, simple pleasures.
okay, that's our read for the evening. I'm sorry, you guys, that you missed us.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys that showed up, we do this Sundays at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, now Amber's coming in too. We got like a bunch of people flood in all of a
all of our
sudden.
friends are showing up.
Yeah, everybody's showing up, but we've been going for a couple hours almost.
Couple
so
hours,
I don't know.
yeah. Amber, I'm so glad you showed up.
So with that, just hey, y'all, our readings are very affordable. They are, and some things even have payment options. Just look at our Acuity booking site if you want to book a reading with us. Seriously, it's that time of year. This is our job. Like this is how we're able to take the time to come in and help you guys. So
for the electricity bill.
Yeah, electricity. Keep food on our table. But yeah, we love you guys all for joining us. Be sure to subscribe, like our stuff, join our Patreon, even if it's as a free member. Pretty please, pretty please. We would love to see you over there. But Mr. JJ Gamer, Catwoman, Tiffany, Jasmine, Amber, on the way out. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.